Okay.
I'm going to see if I can reschedule it.
Failed on some destinations. Okay.
Sorry?
Oh, it failed on our Instagram. That's why.
Oh, okay. So I'll take Instagram off. Right. Of course. Okay. So go live now. Enter studio. Oh,
I think we are.
Are we live?
Well, it says end stream. So are we live? Are we live? Hello.
I don't know. It says stop. Hold on. And I've got a little notification here. Okay. So it failed to those two.
Like we are. Oh, hi, ladies. Hello.
Hi.
Thank you, Nikki, because we had no idea what was going on.
So I can confirm on my end that I can't see any of the comments. So, Miss Bobbi, you're the MC today.
Uh-oh. Oh, hello, Facebook user. Darn it.
Oh, darn. That happened with StreamYard at the very beginning, too. People had to do something.
Okay, do you want to explain it to the crowd?
Yeah. So, first of all, should we say hello to everyone?
Well, yes, we have Facebook user Nikki. Oh, you want to do hello, everyone?
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
Okay.
Hello, everyone.
20 seconds to anticipate when something's supposed to happen.
Right. And welcome to Oracle Chats on the Fly. I'm Erin Lee of heavenlymessenger.com, and with me, as always, is my beautiful friend, Miss Bobbi Rowntree on this side for Medium. So we're on the fly today now for three reasons. One, on the fly because Bobbi and I literally decided at 3:00 this afternoon, so about half an hour ago, that we were going to go live today. And then on the fly too, because we're working with a new streaming platform. We used to use one, but they changed their stuff, and so we're trying out another one. And then 3, we didn't realize that it was going to be on the fly in this way. But usually Bobbi and I are both able to see all of the comments that come in because we stream to Bobbi's Facebook page and my Facebook page and Universal Connections Facebook page and both of our YouTube accounts. And we have comments that come in from all of those places when you guys comment on our videos. But today, for the first time ever, Bobbi is the only one who can see all of the comments. And it also sounds like your names aren't necessarily coming up when the comments come in. No. So if Bobbi refers to you as Facebook user or YouTube user, that's what's going on. It's because she's not able to see the name. So feel free to say a name if you would like. When you type in your message, you could do that. But otherwise, welcome.
Yes. Right now, I don't know if we have 4 different Facebook users. We have 4 different Hello, Bobbi and Erin, and someone who has said that we are hilarious, and I have to back you up on that. We're so funny.
Absolutely hilarious.
God.
I have to say that this is actually kind of semi-relaxing for me because I'm not seeing all of the comments. I get to just talk to you. Yes. And it's all on Miss Bobbi today.
Well, but I also have no idea who is here. But for Nikki, because Nikki's on YouTube. So YouTube is actually giving me a name.
Awesome.
Awesome. It's just Facebook user.
We'll figure it out for the next time, we promise.
Well, and it could even be good in that it gives people anonymity so they can actually ask questions that they wouldn't have asked otherwise, so they don't feel like people are judging them or anything to that effect, which none of us would judge anyone here.
Certainly not here.
No, not over there and not over here.
Yeah, exactly.
No, not in front of you, at least. I'll judge you in private.
I won't judge you at all.
Oh, Brenda is with us. Oh, I'm sorry, I used your last name. You use your last name, so I can use your last name.
Hi, Brenda. It's great to see you.
You're here. Okie dokie. If you want us to say hi to you personally, just pop your name in, and I will tell Erin that you're here because I'm the only one who can see any of the. We can see the comments. Oh, they can see the comments and you can't. That's hilarious.
I can't see the comment. Oh man, but can you see the comments on other platforms? That's what I would like to know.
Chantel is here with us. Hello, Chantel.
Hi, Chantel.
I always wave to the people's chat. Like that's they're housed in their words in some way. I do or I'll talk to it.
Yep.
I do it when I'm on my own far too much. I'm like, Bobbi, the camera, you're looking at the person's name. So, hello, Chantel.
But it makes sense because that's the connection that you're making with the person, right? Like it's kind of like you're connecting with somebody out of the ethers. And the only point that you have to connect with them with is this one little bit of their name on the screen or the question. So it makes perfect sense to me why you're doing it.
String. Yes. Yeah. The string.
Yeah. Yes. That's the grounding point.
Do you know what you want to talk about today? Because I kind of have an idea in my head of what I would like to talk about.
Yeah, I do. I feel like I've got a couple things to talk about, but nothing's pressing. So why don't we start with what you want to talk about? What's on your mind?
Well, what do you think?
Well, I'm going to guess Samhain, but I mean, just off the top of my head. I feel like that was just a really good guess. I feel like most people could figure that one out.
Because it is like almost Halloween and all that.
It is.
Okie dokie. And what is it? Is this year 3 of us talking during Samhain about Samhain, or is this year 2? 3.
3. I think it's year 3. Yes, because we would have done it last year and the year before, and we started back in like 2021.
Yeah.
So I think we're on year 3.
Yeah, we were starting. Oh my gosh, it's raining like cats and dogs.
Cats and dogs?
Wouldn't that be awful? Cats and dogs from the sky when it rains?
Yeah, because you'd have to be careful about stepping in a poodle. I'm so sorry. I just couldn't help myself.
I'm slightly ashamed of you. I love you, but I don't know anymore. Okay, so
it was sitting there, and I had to roll with it.
You did a great job. It was a catastrophe.
It really was. It was really awful. Okay, I feel we can move on from my wonderful dad joke.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm going to do this, and then you can see the comments, so I don't have to say it with you. Hi, my mom and friend. Yes.
Hi.
And, this one is funny too.
Facebook user, you're awesome.
Okay, so Samhain, I was supposed to be talking about it on a different live, and then that live didn't happen. So then I thought, you know what? I gotta go on with what I'm supposed to be. You don't swim against the stream; you move with it.
That's right. Path of least resistance.
Path that too. And actually, do you know what is very funny? Where'd it go? The card that you gave me. There it is.
Yes.
My beautiful friend Erin, I received this in the mail, and I gotta tell you, just right there, there are 2 people in my life. Erin is one of them that send me mail, and every time I get it, I'm like, "Oh God, mail! It's so cool! It's like the olden times and things.
It's like the olden days." Back in the 1900s.
Yes. Back in, when I wasn't a child in the 1970s. Anyway, I'm old. Anywho, so within it, Erin actually talks about Samhain and what we're doing and the transition that is Samhain. And yeah. If you ever get a friend like Erin, hold on to her by her nose, and then you can keep her. Anywho.
Just keep your fingers out of the nostrils, just like
she could sneeze, and then you'll have Erin's snot all down your hand, and no one wants that.
It would be worse than the poodle.
It would be much worse than stepping in the pool.
So yes.
Always look forward to Erin's Christmas card.
Woo! Yes. And I'm just going to throw it out there right now. If you haven't received one of my Season's Blessings cards before, or if you've moved since last year, hop over onto my website, heavenlymessenger.com, and send me your mailing address, because I am starting to work on the Season's Blessings cards right now. And my cutoff will be sometime later this week. So please send me your mailing address.
Okay. Yes. You know what? Send me your mailing address too. Maybe I'll send you a card. I will have
Who knows?
intentions because I have stacks of Christmas cards that need to be filled out, like because I buy them and they're so awesome. And then
Yes. And then they just
December 23rd rolls around. I'm like, oh my God, I forgot to do cards again. So
Yeah.
haven't been able to do cards since gave birth to my third child. Okie dokie. Now, yeah, because I showed you this, right? Always look forward to it. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, now I'm going to show you this one.
Oh, Margie, absolutely. I know your mom. That's awesome. I'm so glad that you're on today.
That's a really neat name. I would have read Margie.
Yeah, I know. And I don't even know that I'm pronouncing her name properly. I get so turned around with names. But yes, Dutch Delights is their food truck out in Black Creek.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
That's food.
Yes, absolutely. Margie is awesome.
Is there like a particular I don't know if I know Dutch food as opposed to anything else.
It's out by the Army surplus, and I actually, living in Union Bay, I haven't made it out to enjoy their food yet, but I've seen it and it looks absolutely awesome. And their family immigrated from the Netherlands within the last 15 years, I think. So yeah,
it's a Dutch name. Yeah, Marriage is a Dutch name. Yeah. Yeah. I wonder if it's Margie in Dutch.
It could be. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Anyway,
or Margaret possibly.
Yeah, because I would think of Margie as being short for Margaret.
Exactly. Yeah, we'll have to ask her.
Yeah, that's one of those names, Margaret. It's like Elizabeth. I love Elizabeth. You can get like 20 names off of that one name.
Yeah. One of my middle names is Margaret.
One of your middle names is Margaret. Oh, one of my grandmother's names.
Yeah, no way.
Her actual name, but she went by Almeida anyways.
Very cool.
Yeah, and I can say her name because her name's a character in my book. So
I think we should talk about your book now too.
Oh, okie dokie. Love peanuts.
Sacred mason jar.
Yes. An island girl.
Right.
What makes you an island person? I own Blendstones, I own Birkenstocks, and I just have a mason jar.
I had to move my car up onto the highway, and I did it in my Christmas pajama bottoms and boots. So I think right there, I'm officially an island girl.
Yeah, that's an islandy thing to do. Yep. It's serious. It's a world over here. Okie dokie. Meet you both at Carrie's home. We had a beautiful lunch in the spring. Oh, I remember that was a lunch.
Yes.
Oh, you and I went crazy in there. We bought our.
We had so much fun. We had so much fun. My scrying plate, one of the things I'm going to talk about later, I got from Carrie as well.
Okie dokie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she has awesome stuff. Carrie's Crystals in Courtney, BC. Mm-hmm. Oh, I come over here. Look at that. I got them everywhere.
Awesome.
Is that helpful? There we go. Okay. Okay, so the thing that you centered on the most, the thing that I gleaned the most from your explanation that you gave within this awesome card, was transition.
Yes.
And I don't know, because I did a video, I think it was at the end of September, mid-September, about letting go, because all I kept hearing was let go of things. I've sold so many things in my house. I'm streamlining things. I think it was Samhain. Isn't that wild? That cool? My behavior started before I even realized what I was doing and why I was doing it, because we're going into the year's end.
Yeah.
And November 1st. I often see Easter and Ostara and turn it back on. I will turn it on manually. I think I have an earthbound spirit in my house who is messing around with stuff because I'm not paying attention, or I don't know, but I think I have someone in my house. Anywho,
so actually, hold on a second. Let's pause for a moment, because what if somebody else in our audience feels that they also have an earthbound spirit? Can we talk a little bit about what you're going to do to help release that earthbound spirit?
Oh, that's an excellent question. I'm going to so when I have an earthbound spirit in the house, I go to my main point, which is where I do my readings. because it's kind of like a coagulation of all the spiritual. And then I sit and I ask for whomever is in the house who does not belong in the house, who's not a loved one, an arrested soul, to please find the light and grab the escalator, and off you go. For some reason, I see them go up an escalator.
Yep.
Are you saying no? You're not going to go? Is that what it is?
That does seem like a big F you to me, but
that was like, that's not why I'm here, Bobbi. Yeah.
Not gonna work this time.
Yeah. Otherwise, yeah, because because smudging is a wonderful way to clear your home in that way, especially if you're doing your own home. There are, and I'm going to do it, there are certain things certain herbs and essential oils that you clean your house with that can help. Because right now, if I'm going to rid someone's house of a earthbound spirit, I'm going to use salt. That's all I use. Salt and good intentions. Beautiful. So what I do, though, is I walk around through the house and I feel where I can feel, and then I try to make things go, and I try to figure out what the heck is there. But when you live in your own house, it's so much different.
Yeah.
And it could be so many things. Like, could it even just be that my ring light's bulb is burning out? And but it's turning off. Like, I have to turn it on with the switch. Yeah,
that seems that to me feels like there's somebody who's kind of messing with you.
Yeah, naughty. Oh, I was on the toilet yesterday and on my phone, as you do, because they replace magazines now in the bathroom. Yeah. And I was doing something, and all of a sudden my phone went, and it flew to the doorway of the bathroom. Like, it flew across. And that's the kind of stuff that's been happening in my house as of late. Somebody is like trying to get a hold of me.
Okay, so here's my question.
Okay.
What if the next time it goes off, you just let it stay off and just see what it does? Let's see if it turns it back on. Because what I find really interesting in the way that it's getting your attention is it's literally taking the light off of you. It's literally taking the focus and the attention away from you. And it's like, pay attention to me.
It's like a child.
Yes. And petulant as well.
Petulant child.
Petulant is such a good word.
It really is. It's an excellent word. It's one of those words you're like, I'm going to look that up just to make sure that petulant is like petulant is. It's one of those words. But yeah, right. I know, because my brain, as soon as you said that, goes to the thing that's going on in my brain right now, having to do with the thing that is going to be happening at the beginning of November in my world. Hi, Deidre. We do this every time. Oh, that's an excellent question. Somebody asked me this. I don't know who it is.
Yeah.
Can you actually see the spirit in human form? Oh, okay. Well, okay. If I'm in another person's house, yes, I can see them in human form, but it's kind of like I am seeing a projection of a video of a person. So if you were seeing a projection of a video of a person, you would be able to slightly see through it because it's a projection. Oh my God, I've never thought about that.
Isn't that cool?
So that's what I do see. So yeah, I do actually see a human going up. Sometimes they're not even full bodied.
Yeah.
The upper part of the body is, wouldn't it be weird if it was just the lower part of the body? Okay, so
it would be. It would be. And you know, I'm not clairvoyant as strongly as I am clairsentient, which means like clairvoyant is clear seeing, clairsentient is clear feeling. And so like I feel them. So like I'll feel what they're like. And it's kind of like when a loved one walks up behind you, you can differentiate one person from another loved one because their energy feels different. And so that's how I will feel and experience spirit typically. Sometimes I'll get a little flash in my mind, but not like somebody is talking to me outside of myself.
That was Brenda who asked that question. Thank you, Brenda.
Thanks, Brenda.
And if you're new to coming in and talking to us on this particular broadcast, we have changed our streaming platform. So only right now I am able to see your comments and questions, not Erin, which that's not good. And what was the other thing? We can't see your names.
That's right. That was the other thing. I was having a bit of a blank too. So if you're joining us from Facebook and you want us to call you by name, please include your first name so that Bobbi knows who you are. And
Yes,
we can
and now Chantel has given us this comment.
Yes.
With every spirit, yes, I see just the upper part at times. You always wondered why. Do you know? You said it. I think it's heart. And I think it's an identifier.
Yeah.
Because I think if you put a bunch of people at a board and you could only see the lower part of them, it would be hard to identify one from the other.
Yeah.
Yes. Isn't there a thing where a woman has to identify her husband by his feet? Isn't there a long ghost story?
I think that there might be like a romance reality type of show kind of thing.
Okay. I'm actually thinking of a god. I think it's a Loki thing, a Norse. See, now call my husband down here so I can ask.
I was just going to say, bring Vern down. We should ask him.
Because he's a Norseman. And okay, is anyone out there? Yeah, there's something about Loki tricked a woman because she thought she was getting this god, but she ended up with him, and it had to do with his feet or something like that.
Interesting.
Well, I mean, it's rattling about. Yeah.
If anyone was going to be playing tricks and jokes, it would definitely be Loki. So I think you're on the right track. Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird. Hello, Elizabeth. See, people are getting on. Hello from Elizabeth. And she has that name we were just talking about.
We were just talking about Elizabeth.
Liz, Eliza, Beth, Betty. I think it's an awesome name for that. It can be so many different names. Okie dokie. Now, okay, yes, I have someone in my house.
Did the light just come back on?
I turned it on.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'm impatient. Yeah. And I think they can turn it on, not off.
That would make sense.
And make the power come out of it, but they can't click the button.
Right. That makes sense.
Incorrect. Anywho, yeah. Okie dokie. So, yeah. Okay. But the veil is thin. That's another thing about Samhain. Yes, it's a time of transition and letting go and the end of the year, but the veil is thinner because the dead are more present at this time, or they feel more present. I think they're always present. They just are able to show themselves to us in a better, more strong kind of way right now. So, do you find that with your world? Because you have a lot of rules and regulations. And you don't allow certain folks in and stuff like that, which is very smart.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell? Come on in.
The more the merrier. Bobbi's like, the more the merrier. And I'm like, oh my God, no more parties, please. Just like stay home.
Yes. And I'm like, it's a party. Yeah. Oh, what's much better than when I was younger. When I was younger, I used to deal with my things with getting intoxicated.
Yep.
And then I would go out late at night just to see what I could see.
Cool. That's kind of fun.
Oh, dangerous.
I mean, yes, that too. And you know what I understand is a lot of mediums actually will use alcohol to kind of turn things down because it drops their energy enough that they're not able to connect or they don't see or experience as much.
But what you actually do is you turn down all the light and you turn on the darkness.
I love how the light came on just as you were saying that too.
I turned it on.
I know you did, but it was like perfect timing.
Well, it's almost like I have to always turn on the light.
Yes, you do.
Because when I was little, it was only the dark, nasty ones that would come after me.
Right.
So, because ones like, don't do that to children. And someone says, I like you. We like you too.
Thanks for joining us. So I actually had a really wild experience down in Victoria in James Bay. And so this is on Vancouver Island. Victoria is one of the oldest
and
Western
haunted towns on the island.
It is. It's really something else. And James Bay in particular. And there's this pub that has been there for centuries, and here in North America that's a really long time, and there's a lot of paranormal activity that happens in this particular pub. And I was with another psychic who was quite well known in the area, and we were allowed to go upstairs and to feel what we could feel. And they had portals where spirit would just come through, and we were able to feel these portals. And so the establishment was split into like a lobby area and then like a pub area. And we'd gone downstairs and we were in the lobby area, which was where the bartender was. And when we had come in, there was this group of kind of rowdier, younger-ish male males. I think they were, in their mid 30s, which was older than me at the time, but they seemed really young. And by the time we came back downstairs, this one fellow had had too much to drink. He was being cut off, and he was getting kind of surly about it, and was coming in to talk to the bartender because he didn't feel that he should be cut off rather. And one of these spirits came and started playing with him and his energy, and you could actually see how his behavior was changing. And at one point, this spirit actually walked right into him. His face changed, and the man got so rude and gross, and his buddies finally came out and pulled him out, and then the spirit left, and the spirit had a really great time. So it was one, incredibly wild to see, but it was also really interesting because I'd never seen a spirit walk into a person like that before. And I think what had happened was that in drinking as much as he'd lowered his energy and vibration and made himself susceptible to something coming.
Yeah. And he was basking in negativity. He was angry,
yes,
which makes him like a buffet.
Right. That totally makes sense.
That spirit took all that energy and got bigger and stronger just by eating off the anger of that person. That's why you never yell at the ghosts in your house. They're just like, oh, thank you ever so much.
Right.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
Please leave the light alone just for this next hour. Anyway, Chantel says, no alcohol for me doesn't feel right with my vibration. I totally
absolutely.
Now, if I tried ever since, because they have, how do I put this? They have purified my body, which we whine about all the time, not being able to eat, blah, 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 blah. To me, they are just saying, you know what, when you eat those foods, you lower your vibration, so you're not allowed those foods anymore. Alcohol's on that list. I went for lunch with my daughter in Victoria. I had we walked home and I vomited immediately, and I was done for the rest of the day from one beer. I was so annoyed because I really love the taste of beer. I actually drink near beer. I like beer.
I was just going to say, does it make a difference if it's like a non-alcoholic beer? Are you able to have that?
Okay. The alcohol just gets in and goes, because alcohol goes right to your blood. And I believe our psychic energy is in our blood. That is interesting. Doesn't mean it's absolutely true, but that's what I believe. So yes. Yeah, I agree with you, Chantel. There's another one. Yes, it happens in these places. That's what Chantel has said.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and I happen to know that Chantel is in the Netherlands as well. And so we'd have some really old buildings there, certainly far older than the building that we have here.
Cool. And 2 world wars have trotted upon there. And those are the ones we're aware of.
That we know of. Yeah.
So,
there's been so much war.
Yeah, and actually that's a country I'd love to visit. And partly because I have given up alcohol in favor of cannabis. So that's a place I can go and test things out.
Have a good time.
Have a good time. Because cannabis doesn't make me high. It makes me sore. So I love it.
I'm sorry, did you say it makes you sore?
Less sore.
Okay, I was going to say, that seems like an interesting thing to want.
Most
people don't want that.
Cannabis works with my blood and my arthritis and all the things that are going on. And so it helps to move things through. And there's a question here. Thank you, Chantel. Okie dokie. Now, this is the question. Do you see spirits as they were in life? Okay, so that's different. Well, okay. So if I see someone who is rested, who I'm communicating for, sometimes they'll come as they were, but a lot of times they'll come like a photograph you have, so that you know for sure it's them, or because of something like that. But when I see an earthbound spirit, it depends. Depends how long they've been stuck. But mostly, you know what? My brain goes immediately to, I went to this place where I had to get rid of some spirits for somebody who had bought a house. It was kind of cedary, Yellow Point area in there. And the 3 spirits that were there had been trapped there for a really, decades. So yes, I saw these 2 little boys, and they look like it was 1930s. It's a lady who looked like it was 1950. So I guess, yes, I would. And I think that was also to get me to the idea of who they were. Because after I said these two young boys, looks like 1930s, the owner of the house said, oh, it used to be a boys' home. Where they'd send boys whose parents couldn't handle it. They went off to the war, and some of these boys ended up orphans because blah, blah, blah. There was like a thing like that. Right. So I think those boys were being interfered with. I don't think it was a good thing for the boys.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
And that's what trapped them. And then they get trapped by a larger force that traps them in and capitalizes on their pain.
Right.
Yeah. Anywho, so yes, answer to the question. How about you? Do you notice anything like that when you do? Because seeing in your brain isn't so much the paramount situation for you, is it?
No, it's not, because I feel more, and I'll get sensations of personality. So like things that they would say or things that they would do, things that they were interested in as forms of confirmation. And then the messages just come through the way that they do for me from angels. So I will sometimes get like little flashes of things, but I don't necessarily see the person. And I find that usually it's something that isn't specific. It's like symbolic of the person as opposed to what the person actually looked like.
Okay. And did you get any impression of time period at all?
Sometimes I get an impression of age, and this could be just because of how I see time. Because when I work with time with Reiki and with energy, I see it as like a timeline that's kind of like, when you learned integers in school, like positive and negative numbers. And that's what those are. So I'll see time like that, like as a linear thing. Or the other way that they'll show me time, the scales that they used to have in doctors' offices where they would move the weight over.
But they don't have those anymore?
No, they have like the digital scales now. Or at least my doctor does. I mean, the scale still sucks regardless. Like, it doesn't make it any better. But not having like a thunk.
Yeah, I remember being weighed every time. Once a month we were pregnant.
Gosh.
I know. Minus the baby, what I thought the baby was. Obsession with body weight. So weird. Anywho. Yeah. So weird. Yeah. So, okay. So, that's interesting. Huh.
Yeah.
It almost makes me want to die before you.
So you can come back and like smack me in the face?
Yeah. You know? Can you see me now? Can you see me now? I'm like a blind dead person.
I remember at the beginning of my training, I had friends who were just very muggle-like. And I'm like, if I die before you, I want you to go and see a medium. And I'm going to show you exactly how you're going to know it's me. And I went like this. And all I can think now is what an awful thing to set the medium up for.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking too.
Such an awful thing. Because if you don't get that one specific thing, then like whatever else you get is negated, because it's not one thing that's going to prove to them without a shadow of a doubt, even though you could give piles of information that's incredibly accurate.
Oh yeah. I had a woman say to me once, and it was when I was new, she said, "What shape did my mom say she'd show me?" And I said, "Oh my God." And it was when I was new. And I said, "Okay, I see something that looks like a teardrop a little bit, but there's something above." She goes, "No, that's not it. It was a fish." I'm like, "That's a fish! It's a teardrop!"
Yeah. I remember.
But she wanted the word fish, so that's all she could get to teardrop, because that's
Yeah, exactly. I had a client who I was seeing that her partner rather kept showing me birds. I'm like, "He's showing me a bird." And she's like, "No, that doesn't make any sense to me. That doesn't make any sense to me." And then later she comes to say, "Oh yeah, he used to call me Chick." I'm like, "Oh,
bird. Baby bird.
Yeah.
So at the time, it's kind of like when you're in the grocery store and you're looking for the hoisin sauce, and all you can see is the honey garlic sauce because you're looking so hard for the hoisin sauce.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, now I don't know if I can do this anymore with you. I don't know. Okie dokie. So I'm not sure which thing this person is talking about. I'm not sure if it's talking about getting rid of an earthbound spirit in their house, visualize. I wasn't sure if it was something you were saying. So I'm putting your Facebook user person. Putting that up there so you know that we're with a little more clarity on, can I try that? What is that?
Yeah.
You talk so fast, your comments actually come after.
Yeah.
When we're talking,
there's a bit of a lag.
Talking, but there's a tiny bit of a lag. Now, this one you have to read.
When will your intuitive classes go live on your website?
Because I said something about this to you a couple days ago, didn't I?
Yeah. So there are two answers. There are two answers to that question. One, I had a class that I was supposed to run this coming weekend, but I have not had the energy that I needed to teach a class, and so I never updated my online with classes. So there are only a couple of months a year that I can teach classes at my home because it's just not safe. So middle of November is the end of when I teach during this year. And then next set of classes will start the last weekend in March and go until June. So the spring and then the fall for about a month and a half is when classes are available. And I try to get out there and to promote them. The second part of that question is Lisa, who has been working with Miss Bobbi Rowntree on her book, has been getting at me for years to get my online psychic school up and running. And so I'm hoping sooner-ish rather than later-ish, we will have something. But in terms of in-person classes, there won't be anything until the spring of 2025.
Okay, I don't know. I was going to say that's an excellent answer.
I'm glad because that's the only answer that I have.
Okay. Now, should I just stop turning it back on? Should I just go with
Just leave it. Just leave it because it gives a little bit of light, but we can still see you where you are. And if it helps, I can turn mine off and we can.
We're both in the dark.
We can both be in the dark. Well, we've still got some light.
You don't need to dim your light for me.
Oh. Thanks, Bobbi.
See, I have to continuously pay attention and turn my light back on. This is very metaphoric.
I'm hearing like, come on, baby, light my fire, but I feel like that's not quite appropriate for our show today.
Not quite. But it is one of the first songs I ever sang at a jam night at the Queens in Nanaimo. But I sang not the Pointer Sisters version, but the Bruce Springsteen version.
Oh.
Yeah, light my fire. Yeah, that's the one. Yep. Go on, baby, light my fire. No,
that's the one I'm talking about.
The Doors.
Okay. See, I didn't know either way.
That's the one that's Bruce Springsteen.
Okay.
Driving in my car, boom, boo, doo, doo, doo. Turn on the radio. Boom, boo, doo, doo,
I
doo.
think. Oh no, I'm thinking Bon Jovi. I think I had a song in my piano book that was Bon Jovi, "Blaze of Glory."
I love that you had it in your piano book.
I did. And hold on half a second. I have my headset's cut out. So you keep talking. I'm going to figure out the technical stuff and see what the heck's going on.
Figuring out this new streaming platform. And now Erin can't hear it yet. We can hear you though, just so you know.
Okay. Oh no, now I can hear you. Okay, well, I don't know what's going on.
Well, maybe it's done with doing this with my light. No, it's going after your sound.
Right. You know what? Screw you, Earthbound Spirit. Did your light just go off again?
Yeah. I got to do a ritual cleansing of my house today.
That sounds like a good plan. And apparently I need to do it. Well, I know I need to do a cleansing in my house too. So.
Yeah, I'm going to do some cedar boughs on the wood stove. I find that is always, and it's a lovely smell. Apparently, I'm making peppermint oil. That's what my brain says.
Beautiful.
And rosemary.
Oh, I love rosemary, and I've been seeing different things. I think other Carrie, Karma Chakra Intuitive Carrie, was sharing a post about things that you can use if you don't have access to sage, or you don't want to use sage or Palo Santo. And juniper berry and lavender and rosemary were some of the things in like the 8 things that they had talked about. And I've been drawn to rosemary as a cleanser for years. So yeah, definitely throw in some rosemary.
So I'm going to do that. Yes. And it immediately my head goes to when I played Ophelia. And one of my lines after Ophelia goes crazy is, it's rosemary for remembrance. And the director, he gave us all a little thing of rosemary.
Oh, well, doesn't that seem appropriate? That seems so appropriate right now. Like with the veil thinning and like connecting with loved ones on the other side, and just like a little forget-me-not in rosemary.
Yes, and I am going to put it out there to the Orachellians.
Yeah.
I didn't say which play it was. I said which character I played. What play was I in when I played Ophelia?
Was it Hamlet?
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
Well, there goes that quiz. Okay.
Sorry, Orachellians. I got to it first, and there's the lag, so I had an unfair advantage.
He's so smart. Crazy. I would think everybody. Just because of the Mel Gibson version. That's actually what went off in my head.
Oh, I don't know that I've seen the Mel Gibson version. I was going back to high school.
Helena Bonham Carter plays Ophelia, and she is, well, Helen Bonham Carter could play a puppet, and I would be like, "Oh, you're brilliant! Wow!" She's so incredibly talented. What a talented actor! Yeah. Okie dokie. All right, now, do you have any sort of Samhain, like, or Halloween rituals that you follow at this time of year?
I don't have anything specific, usually because it kind of runs into a whole pile of other things. That said, I have been dying to work with scrying, and have had different tools for scrying for years. It's a form of dowsing. It's kind of like crystal ball gazing. And last weekend, I was with 2 of my girlfriends that I did a lot of my intuitive development training with. One of them, Ariane, was my teacher's daughter. It was Ariane. Yeah, and our friend Cassie. And I took all of my scrying stuff with me. And yeah, we spent about 45 minutes scrying. And oh my gosh, it was so stinking cool. It was amazing.
I bet.
Can I do a little bit of show and tell?
Oh, yes, please, because I don't know how many of these I own.
Yeah.
I stare at, I must own 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 9.
Yeah.
But they're not all see-through.
Right. And actually, they suggest, you can use lots of different things. So I've been listening to an audiobook on scrying because I wanted to get some more information. And so there's proof that people have been scrying since back in ancient Mesopotamia and ancient Babylonia. And they would use water, they would use oil, they'd use all sorts of different mediums. And obsidian is a medium that has been used for, again, a very long time. And so I started off with this obsidian ball. You're supposed to also have candles because that creates a bit of a flicker and a bit of a shadow, and it allows you to see other things. Mm-hmm. But I didn't see as much. I only have 2 of the scrying plates, and I gave the scrying plates to the other girls. Oh, you guys can now see my dirty computer, my messy computer space.
No one can see it's dirty.
But this took things for me to a whole new level. And we just had like a little tea light that was flickering that we lit kind of in ceremony as we were planning and preparing to go into our scrying. And I saw myself as an old woman, and I saw right into the plate, like right into the crystal. It was amazing. So
I want to do this. Can we do this?
We can
film ourselves doing it.
Sorry?
We should film ourselves doing it. Like, we should be in the same room, and
we can do it.
Teach me, and then that will teach the Orachellians.
And we can do it as we're together.
Ask a lot of stupid questions. That's what I do. So. It's so just told me to ask what it wants, and then maybe she will leave you alone. So that's kind of
which
funny.
was what we'd kind of talked about. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I don't know who that was. Thank you very much. It's an excellent thing. Assertion is the word I have.
Yes.
Yes.
Perfect.
Sorry. I've done 3 readings today, so I'm a little.
You're a little fuzzy. Yeah.
I'm a little. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So with something like this, then, what does a person do?
So you'd want to get into low light, because you want to be able to unfocus your eyes, and it's easiest to do that in low light. And who knows, Bobbi, maybe that's why the spirit's been shutting off your light, so the light is lower. But I think that you probably still want it lower than this. Lower than this. Yeah. And what you're doing is you're allowing yourself to see into the crystal, into the ball, whatever the medium is that you're using. Excuse me. And then messages will start to come forward for you. So it's, as I said, it's a form of dowsing. So we're looking in the same realm of things as pendulums, as dowsing rods, as muscle testing, as aura reading. They're all lumped into the same. And so what's being reflected to you is your own internal knowing and your own inner awareness.
Okie dokie. So it's kind of like I always say play with cards, because I usually just use them for myself.
Yep.
And I was using these ones yesterday.
Amazing.
And I find that they work well when I try to use them.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's because I'm psychic or because I think everyone's psychic. I don't think that we're psychic and they're not, kind of thing.
Yeah,
but
I agree.
Because I know that I am.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
And you have the confidence. I mean, when I teach card reading, sorry?
I expect a message.
Yeah, exactly. When I teach, no, that's not going to stay. When I teach card reading, I teach it as a tool to your intuition. And as somebody who's already very comfortable with connecting with intuition and psychic ability, it just ends up being a thing to just trigger more. And because you're doing readings for yourself, it's giving you confirmation of things that you probably already know. I remember I did a class with John Chervell years ago when he was still on the island. And one of the things that his teacher had said is that a true reader can read a banana peel, because somebody who is a true reader can read anything, because the only thing that the tool is doing is it's giving you a new access to your own inner knowing and to your own intuition.
All the information is already there.
It's already there. Yeah. So, whether it's dowsing or it's card reading or it's aura reading or tea leaf reading, whatever it is, you're going to get something because you already have those pathways that you've developed with your own awareness and understanding. And I think that using tools like that can help you to develop your own understanding as well, right? Like if you're in a beginner phase, tools can help you with that. But you are the tool. So it doesn't matter, to me, if somebody else touches it or if it's a pendulum, it doesn't have to be only just this one pendulum.
I'm the same way. Yeah.
The tool doesn't hold the power.
After they get cleared and things like that. But I find human beings create that power, and then therefore they believe it. And then it's even, it's like if you watch Supernatural. Yeah. They show things becoming reality because people believe them so much that they believe it into reality, which that's an awesome perspective. I think that's a really good perspective.
I think that's really true. Yeah. And we see that in energy medicine as well.
Brenda made the suggestion. I have to give Brenda her
props. Oh, awesome. Thanks, Brenda.
It's weird. It's like navigating very blindly. Just because I don't even know how many people are here with us. I don't even know who's here with us.
Because we usually have a little counter on the side. We're gonna have to figure this out.
We'll have to figure this out. Yes, yeah. But it's I like trial by fire myself. That's how I do things. I'm a bit of a man that way. I don't have to be sexist, but it's true. I will build the barbecue and then grab the instructions to find out why I have extra pieces left. That's me. That's who I am.
They're just not that important.
No, and I can't wait. I'm excited. So I want to make the barbecue. I don't care about reading this. I'm a child.
Just the barbecue.
Yeah, I'm a big child. That's right. Well, I'm not even a big one.
You're just a kid.
I am a kid. I am. Yes, and I don't know if it because I do know that when you experience a trauma or a tragedy as a child, it can actually stagnate your mental growth.
Absolutely.
But I'm not stagnated at 16. I'm stagnated at around 7, 9-ish.
Yep.
Oh, Brenda's still on screen. Sorry, Brenda. We did the same thing. Okie dokie.
I'm so desperate to get my hair off of the back of my neck, but I don't have like an elastic. Oh! Ask and you shall receive. Okay. All right. I'm here.
You're here. You're present. You're with us.
I'm here in spirit and body and hopefully in mind as well.
Yes, and in mind. Okay, so these next 3-4 days, Halloween is versus Thursday, correct?
Yes,
Thursday. So in these next 4 days, it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That's 4 days. Tonight included, that would be 4.5. Okay. Okie dokie. My brain is telling me that I'm to put it to people like not a challenge, but possibly
suggestion,
kind of. But they're making it look like, and this is not something I know. I will read something and then they'll capitalize on it. This looks like something maybe I've read, but I don't remember that I've read. But they're showing it like when we're coming into the new year that you might want to set an intention for these next 4 days.
Oh, I like that.
The veil is thinner. So if you have a loved one that you want to actually connect with, let them know and start doing things under the idea. I'm actually even seeing altars in my head.
Mm-hmm.
So you might even, I always do a Samhain altar. I haven't done mine yet this year because I've been doing the clearing thing so much, like it's gotten a little bit out of control. So a little bit out of control. So I have to move back into doing my altar and getting all that stuff done. But okay. Well, I know what I'm going to set the intention for what's coming in November for me. Because hopefully if all goes the way it's supposed to, I am actually going to publish my book finally on November 9th. Which is my mommy's birthday, which I said, I think last time. Yeah, it's my mommy's birthday. So hopefully that will all come together and the bit of trouble that I'm having will just smooth itself out. Oh, that's what I should set.
The intention that things are going to smooth out?
Yes, because it's so important, but I have to let it go, the importance.
Mm-hmm.
There's certain aspects of my book that carry through all of the books. So once it's set, it has to be perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Gosh, that word.
And the path of least resistance returns.
Yeah.
Damn path.
Dang path. Okie dokie. So part of my resistance is this idea in my head, and I wonder if the rest of you know this problem with I will second guess myself thinking I want it this way, but you see so often in life where people are mainlining and then other people come into their creative process and actually help them to see what they do not see. So I have been trepidatious about keeping my creative set pattern. Do you get that?
I do. It sounds like, if we were to put it in other words, that you are aware that it's easy as the creative to become stuck in the creative process and not see all of the possibilities. And so you're open to other people coming in to help you see and explore other potentials. But I'm feeling that at the same time, you still have a very clear vision of what it is that you're wanting, and that the extra ideas are not jiving with the overall feeling.
Yeah. The voices in my head just compared it to if I went around the house to ask people in my family if I actually needed to go pee.
I really hope, for the sake of your family and the sake of your floors, that you don't do that.
But it's like, because I know it inside of me. So
Yeah.
therefore it is, I shouldn't be having to ask other people whether or not it's right.
So can I also suggest that in some ways there may be some permission that is coming forward here, and especially if perhaps some of the energies that have been invited in have more knowledge and experience in this area, that there's a need to defer to something and not giving yourself permission to stand in your own truth?
Yeah. It's that. Yeah.
I think it's that.
It's been so my message. Like, Bobbi, you're not 16, you're 53. Make a decision for yourself. Yes, thank you. Go ahead.
Thank you. Yes, as I also hold my hand up, can I suggest to you that one of your intentions be that over the next 4 days that there is clearing that is being done, and that as we start the new year on the 1st, that you have made this choice and this decision and you're able to move forward with your project?
Yes, let's do that. Yes. Because honestly, when I visualize it a certain way. Like when I show myself like, look, I got an actual copy of it. Oh my God.
Yeah. And to me, the thing is that when you hold your masterpiece, you need to be excited about all parts and all aspects of it.
Yeah, nothing can make me want to go, this is not right.
Yeah, because then how are you going to be able to take this out to share with people if there's a part of you that is resistant and says, this isn't my dream, this isn't what I saw, this isn't what I wanted?
Oh, I love that. Yes. Okie dokie.
Yeah.
And that makes sense. Oh my God, I got a Pink song in my head.
Oh yeah? What is it?
But it's when trying to make me the damn, comparing me to damn Britney Spears. She's so pretty that you made me.
Yeah, I know the one you're talking about.
That's what she's saying. I'm a hazard to myself. Don't let me get me. I'm my own enemy. Oh my golly sakes. Okay.
I love it when songs come in like that.
Oh, they always through songs so often.
So much.
Yeah. I will. For the longest time when I was starting my YouTube channel, I kept hearing Jet by Wings, Paul McCartney. Jet, Jamaica, that song. Jet. And I looked it up. What does jet mean? And they even say, Paul McCartney says jet means nothing.
Maybe jet means whatever you want it to mean.
Yeah, I took it as my dad was telling me, go for it, do it. Get her done. Yes, that's
get her done. Get on it.
Excellent question. What is Samhain? Samhain is actually spelled Samhain.
Yes.
Samhain.
And I'm so incredibly glad that this Facebook user asked about that, because I always thought that it was pronounced Samhain until I was corrected, I think possibly by you. So Samhain.
Yeah, and sometimes I even will say Samhain for some reason. It's because I see words in my head. I'm about to say them, and that's what will happen. I see things. Anyway, thank you. Okie dokie. So Samhain is it's as far as I know, it is actually all European, but I find more and more stuff about it being Celtic. And it is a celebration of the end of the year, because even in the Celtic calendar back then, they only had 2 seasons, winter and summer. It's the end of summer. Summer is, and that's actually, I think, the direct translation, summer's end.
Oh, that would make a lot of sense, wouldn't it?
Summer, it's coming to an end, blah, blah, blah. That's what it is. We are actually putting our poop in a group to get ready for the coming of the dark. Yes. And the dark is just, it's not like, woo, it's everybody sleep, everybody relax.
Exactly. Time of quiet, because the summer is full on. We're planting and we're harvesting and we're making sure that we can survive the winter and the cold. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. And they're telling me in my head, I always say this one incorrectly, because it is the celebration of the god Lu, Lusana. I actually always say Lugasana, because that's how it's spelled, Lucasana.
Yes.
Like that. Lusana is the beginning of that. We start that in August, and we're starting to let go, and then we go into Maban, and then to Samhain. And it's the beginning of it's the end of the year, marking the beginning of the next year. And I it's actually one of my favorites, and I can feel it. And then it moves into solstice and Yule, which is the coming back of the sun.
Yeah,
in my opinion, all religions actually observe this as the coming back of light in the sun. Yeah, because of the birth of Jesus in that same time. That's the coming of the Son of God. It's all interpretation. This is the way you want to look at it. That, in my opinion, I think everybody's right. We're all just
speaking a little differently. We're using different words
differently, because if I say something in English and somebody next to me says the exact same thing in Japanese, they're actually going to use different terminology and inflection, because Japanese might not have the same things as English. So same poop, different pile. The only universal thing is numbers. Anyway, that's because it's an 8. Even if it's a week in French and 8 in English, it's still an 8.
Exactly.
So yes, okie dokie. Thank you. It's going to be so good. I really, 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 really hope so. And thank you very much, Nikki. And hopefully November 9th. And
yes. And where can people get it? Amazon. and potentially, so like after today and figuring out that we're still pretty tech glitchy with this platform, one of the reasons that we chose to go with this platform is that there could be the opportunity for us to set up some sales while we're talking, so that you would be able to make a purchase directly through this streaming. So we're still figuring it out. We don't know what it's going to look like, but our fingers are crossed that we will be able to share Bobbi's book with you that way, and possibly some of my chakra sprays and the soaks and stuff like that too.
I was going to say the ritual soak.
Yes.
Because it would be so awesome if people could buy a ritual soak while we're chatting, and then use the ritual soak while watching us chat. Really cover up your camera, though. My body laughs at me when she saw the sticky note, because I was going to be watching Only Murders in This Building while in my tub. And I said, I covered it up because I'm naked. She's like, okay. No one is paranoid as hard generate, or at least me.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Yeah. It never even occurred to me to do that. When I had a bathtub, I used to just bring my laptop in on a chair.
I heard about this woman in Saskatchewan who used to change and do things on her laptop. And one day she got an email with photographs of her naked. And they said that they were from, and this is nothing against the country, Russia. And they had all of this. And unless she paid them a certain amount of money, they were going to publish these pictures. Right. So she had to come to terms with the fact that her boobies were going to be public. Because it's online. Paying them money, and she just said, screw it. And that's what I would do too. What? You want to look at my boobies? And sorry, there are better boobies to look at. But whatever. People will move on. There's nakedness all over the place now. So yeah.
Oh dear. That reminds me, when I very first started, I was also making soap, bath, and beauty products and going out and selling. And this was back in like 2006, 2007. And a friend of mine who was making jewelry was like, I wanted to look for your website, but I couldn't remember the name of your website. I just remembered Heavenly and your name. And so she put in Heavenly Erin into Google, and my website, heavenlymessenger.com, did come up first, but all of the rest of the results were Asian porn stars. And so she started calling me Heavenly Porn Star. But it's nice to know that I've got options. You know, if the psychic thing just doesn't work out, I could easily transition into other things.
Oh, see, all that comes when you put me in Bobbi Brown Cosmetics.
Oh, really?
Bobbi Brown, because I'm Bobbi Rowntree. So Bobbi Brown.
Brown.
Now, see, Nikki's a smart lady.
Need more spray. Oh, I'm so glad that you like this.
Soak is amazing. Can you explain to the folks who do not know about your back soak? Well, I guess
yes. Usually I have a sample set here, but they're out in my kit. So what I have is the new moon ritual soaks. And the idea with it was I wanted to create a foundation for people who wanted to do their own new moon rituals. So that's what this is. It comes with 3 separate bath soaks. They're 500 grams each. So they're big. It comes with a video guided exercise. It comes with a guided meditation, and it comes with dissolving affirmations as well as the soaks. And so what I do is I lead you through releasing, forgiving, and then coming into creating, because the new moon is all about fresh starts and new beginnings. It's a time of manifestation. And so this gives you the groundwork and the platform for it. And the intention with it was recognizing that often some of the reasons that we don't have our own rituals is because 1, we're too busy, and 2, we feel like we don't have enough time. These are each things that can be done in an hour or less, depending on the time that you have. Or you could do it in longer. I mean, you could go into it in more depth as well. But the intention was to release, to forgive, and to create. Yes, Miss Bobbi.
It also works for those of us who have trouble sitting still and being present when you're sitting still. Sometimes doing a ritual with an intention is easier for folks like myself who, I should actually, I don't have ADHD. I am ADHD.
Absolutely. And one of the other things, because I find this for myself as well, is I get really caught up in being perfect and doing a ritual perfectly and having all of the things that you need. And so at the beginning in the introductory video, I say, whatever you can grab in 5 minutes is all that you need, and show up however you are. If it's been a really crazy day, it doesn't matter. Just show up. And that's all that you need. Your intention is all that you need to create ritual and to create change.
Can you imagine if you went into a bath and the angels were like, okay, well, she didn't start and spin in a circle with her tongue.
Right?
We're not listening.
And there is, oh my gosh. Well, I mean, this all came about when I was in a bath. And to really kind of quantify this for people, I don't have a bathtub in my space. I was visiting at my parents', and I hate using their bathtub because it's cold and all of the other things, but I desperately wanted and needed a bath. And I started downloading exactly how this needed to happen and all of the thoughts and ideas, the dissolving affirmation and adding that to your tub and magnifying things. So it's everything. It's a really cool system.
It really is. It's an awesome system. And it's a system.
Yeah.
Which is really quite awesome as well. Yes.
Yeah.
No, your chakra sprays, do they clear the chakras? Are they for each chakra, or are they all 7 in one shot?
It is. So the chakra clearing spray has 21 crystals, 3 for each of the 7 major chakras. And I make the water into a gemstone elixir. So it takes on the energy and the vibration of the stone. So when you spray it, it's like spraying liquid crystal. And then it also has I say that it was given to me, an essential oil blend, a harmonizing essential oil blend. It's patchouli, bergamot, ylang ylang, eucalyptus, lavender, vetiver, and peppermint. And if I ever lost the piece of paper that I wrote it down on, it would just be lost, because it's so wild, the number of drops for each of them. Do you want to hear the story about how the chakra clearing spray came to be?
Do we? Yes. Oh, Griffin. Griffin wants to hear it.
Oh, hi, Griffin. I love the little ears sticking up. I'm listening. So back when I started doing Reiki and readings full time, I was also making soap, bath, and beauty products. And I decided that I wanted something that was going to be something that kind of walked in both worlds, that was spray part of the bath and beauty product line, but also really honored like the energy work that I was doing. And so I had been researching for weeks about crystals. And of course, there are so many crystals for each of the chakras. How do you choose? Yeah. And then I was researching essential oils because I wanted one for each of the 7 major chakras. But there are so many essential oils for each of them. And I was so stuck in my head. And then about an hour before I needed to leave the house to go for my Reiki share, where we like gave each other Reiki and stuff, I sat down with my essential oil box and I said, okay, this is it. I'm going to do it. And that's when they gave me all of the essential oils and all of the drops that I just sat there and I created the first chakra clearing spray.
Okay.
And
So I knew that's what you meant by given to you.
Yeah, it was just there. It was like, get out of your head, just sit. And it was given to me. And literally there are 7 drops of one and like 55 of another, and then everything else in between. It's just, as I said, it's a wild recipe that if I ever lost that paper, it would just be gone, because I couldn't recreate it. And I've had customers and clients say that they've tried to do it. I'm like, yeah, you won't be able to recreate it. You just can't.
No,
So
I think you could, though. I think they would give it to you again.
They probably would give it to me again. Yeah. But
I believe very strongly that even if you gave me the recipe, if I did it, it would not have the same impact that if you did it, because you're the one who's supposed to facilitate it. Does that make sense?
yes. And when I was doing aromatherapy training like 25 years ago, what my teacher had done with one of her master level classes was she had everybody make a recipe together, like the exact same number of drops, the exact same essential oils, but make it themselves. And each of them smelled different, even though everything else about it was exactly the same. And I think that there were about a dozen of them. And so it's so true. Like what one person makes, even with the same recipe, is going to be different from what the other person makes.
See, these are all classes that you should start in your online school that I will work with you.
Okay. Yeah, I love concocting and creating. I've always been a concoctor. And even now, if I leave something at my parents' house, my dad will look at something that I've left in their fridge. I'm like, oh, Erin was here. This is some of Erin's creation.
Juice in the fridge. Yeah, I get it.
Right. But there is something so magical about creating. And some people experience it with food and with gardening or with painting or whatever. But I love
all of the above.
Yeah, exactly. And I love concocting in this way.
Yes, and I actually even think when you said you're too much in your head, the powers that be in my head said to me, your mind had to get the out of the way, so her spirit could tell what the heck was going on. Because your mind always wants to figure things out. Your mind, everybody's not just yours, everybody's, but your mind is just like this. Oh no, I got this. Yeah, don't. It's like there's a 5-year-old in charge of the expedition,
right? Right. So I'd wanted with the last full moon to create a new set that's around like the full moon. So releasing and moving into celebration. And again, I was really stuck in my head and I was absolutely exhausted. I didn't have any energy to create with. And part of what was stopping me was like, I don't know what I'm going to do for essential oil blends, because with the new moon, it was something that was done over several months and like it was there. So when I was scrying, and just incidentally, the ladies that I was doing the scrying with were also part of my Reiki share group that I created the chakra clearing spray for. And I started hearing and smelling the essential oil blends for the next soak that's going to be created over the next full moon. So more creation to come.
More creation to come. Oh my gosh, is there like a Christmas one coming?
Oh, there should be a Christmas one.
A Yule one.
Yeah.
Supposed to see Yule. We'll all do it on the 22nd.
Oh.
The 21st is a Saturday.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm just going to throw it. Go ahead.
Oh, like the vagina monologues. I think you're about to throw what I'm about to throw.
Okay. Well, maybe we'll find out. But what I'm thinking, so I'm going to back up a step. Every year when I send out my season's blessings cards, oh, thank you. When I put out my season's blessings cards every year, I have a little kind of the next year coming card, and on the back of it, it has a coupon and a discount, but more like the images. And this year I have 3, and the one that I'm most excited about, the caption on it is "Write Your Own Story" in 2025. I
like that one. Oh, that's a good one.
Right?
Yes.
So it's been percolating in my mind, in part because of what I saw in the scrying dish last weekend, but also just other things that have been popping up into my awareness, is that there needs to be an opening into 2025 where this is part of what we're doing. And it's kind of an empowerment in moving into, well, what is it that you want your story to be, instead of being, this is what my story was, this is what's brought me here, and I feel like this is the only path forward. What if we step back and said, well, what would we want it to be? If it could be what we wanted it to be, what would it be?
Yeah, so you're actually intentionally manifesting, because we're constantly unintentionally manifesting all the dang time. Yes, and Chantel can't wait.
Yes, awesome.
Yes, well done on the putting your name, then the comment, Chantel. Just so
thank you, Chantel. We love it.
Yeah, that
yes,
was awesome. Yeah. So yeah, that's okay. I'm very excited for that. We're excited for that. Okay,
beautiful.
Now,
so what were you thinking?
What? Oh, well. Oh.
Uh-huh.
I think you said that. Yeah. Oh, everybody. Okay. Yes. Okay. Got it. Thank you. Vagina monologues. The vagina monologues are always done on Valentine's Day.
I didn't know that.
They all have to be performed on Valentine's Day, only on Valentine's Day, so that the energy of every vagina monologue can assist every vagina monologue. So that we're doing that all over.
Totally get it.
In Canada, we're like a day apart, but still, the intention idea.
The energy's there. Yeah.
So everyone gets in the tub on the 22nd, and we all concentrate on a better 2025, because I keep seeing 2025 is going to be a different kind of year than 2024 was. It's going to be wild and crazy.
Absolutely.
So I want it to be wild and crazy in an absolutely positive way. Like, oh my God, everyone sees stories now. That's what I want. I want people going,
amazing.
Oh my God. Did you know that Zeus just walked down my street? And,
that would be awesome.
Oh yeah, that would be. Who knows? Anyway,
could I ask that we throw compassion into that mix too?
Oh, absolutely, it would absolutely have to be. Absolutely.
Okay, I love it.
It would be people actually leveling up to where, when you become a spiritual person, you start to realize how each and everything you touch, think, and feel is actually related to each other, and that you are an orchestrator. That's what I want, and it's gonna scare. Yeah, it's gonna. Yeah, hopefully it won't scare people as much as 2020 did. 2020 scared the living daylights out of folks.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
we were so close. We were so close. 2025. I'm hoping it's like no, this. Like,
yes. It's kind of. It's kind of like me walking. Sometimes you just stumble, but then you get right back on track. You know.
Yeah, that's like that.
It's like exactly like that.
You're walking down the street for Erin. Walking on a flat surface.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I tell you, yeah.
The first time I broke my toe, I fell off of my brother's skateboard that wasn't moving. So, that's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's pretty special.
Yeah, she's pretty special. Yeah. I broke my toes punching people, kicking people.
Yeah. Kicking people. Yeah.
Kicking people, I've broken my toes, because if you kick someone hard enough and they are hard, if you don't put your toes in the right position, you break those babies. Yeah. I have had them broken doing dancing. Yeah. Toe breaking, but not just standing on something.
Well, I have also broken something while dancing. I was doing a jump spin and I landed the wrong way. My dad bought me my own crutches when I was a kid, and I certainly put them to very good use.
I own my own crutches too. It must be a psychic lady thing.
Must be. We're just not grounded enough.
Oh yeah, my husband's like, we're not renting these anymore.
Right. It's not cost effective.
Well, actually, ever since he bought them for me, I have not needed to use them.
Perfect.
Or I used them the one time when he had to buy them. But
Right.
not
Yes.
since. So
But not since.
Well, I think it was kind of because, oh, you think I'm clumsy? I'll show you. And so now I'm not as clumsy. It could be that. Chantel, I thought about that lately and consciously
manifesting. I
Maybe
think it's so
we
important.
He's so darn far away, and we can like have it on all corners of the globe.
Absolutely. Bring it in.
Oh, do you have any clients in Japan?
Yeah.
This person has their own crutches too.
Crutch girls unite.
Okay. Now, I keep yawning.
Yes, I'm feeling the need.
Yeah, and I know we've only been on for an hour and 20 minutes, but I'm really tired suddenly.
Sometimes it's important to listen to your body, and the body says, hey. Plus, I mean, we also had a bit of a hard time getting on today as well.
It was a thing.
Next time it should be a lot better.
Well, yeah, because I'm going to give you all the access and you're going to fix it.
That's right. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. I think I know how to do things on computers, and then I meet people who are younger than me, and I go, oh.
I'm also coming to that point in my life. I grew up with a computer in my house because my dad built a computer when I was a baby. So there was always a computer. So I'm more comfortable than the average person in my generation. But yeah, I'm noticing it. I'm noticing it now too. I'm being phased out of technology. It's a good thing you have kids.
Oh gosh, yeah. And what they can do on it's just like, how did you do that? Show mommy. And they go, and I'm like, what? Oh yeah. My kids came out knowing. My sister used to say to my daughter when she was 3, Roland, can you get me on the internet? Because I don't know how. She'd be like, I got you. Get her on the internet.
I believe it.
Well, and now, gosh, if you have an iPhone problem, you just call my daughter Ro, and she is, she's Apple hair.
She's an iPhone queen.
Queen. Oh, she's iPhone queen. I thought you said iPhone queen, and I was going to say Queen Kong. Queen Kong is a drag queen. She was just on Global Drag Race.
I love you.
We'll do drag race. So obsessed.
Awesome.
All right, my beautiful friend.
So really quickly, our intention is that we will be back for November the 10th with the debut of your novel. Is that right?
Yes. And okay. And I put it to you, if we're going to have my novel, you need to have a ritual soak there.
I will have a ritual soak and chakra clearing spray. Do you know when the next full moon is? I'm all over the place. Is it like the 14th?
Let me look. The book I have tells me these things. September, October. What is today? Today is the 26th. Today is the 27th.
Yes.
Next full moon. Crescent. There's no moon there. There's no moon there. There's a crescent. New moon is on Friday.
The new moon's on Friday. So then the full moon isn't until later. Okay. That's okay. I'll have the full moon soaks later. Okie dokie. I'm trying to find where it says full moon, because they all full moon Friday the 15th of February. Of February? We don't have one before then? Yeah, and you know what? I meant to say November, and for some reason I was getting really concerned that the full moon was just skipping us. No full moon for 3 months. We are going into darkness. Like, it's really dark. Even at night, it's completely dark. So, yes, Friday the 15th is going to be a full moon. Okay. We don't usually go live on a Friday. No. But this will be up, so people can buy your ritual soak in preparation for the full moon that'll be coming on that Friday. Yeah, I still need to create it. So, and I usually like to create it with the energy of the full moon. So it'll be available for the next full moon. That's why I was asking. Because if it was going to be before, then yeah, I could do it. But I like to create it for the. Oh, okay. Well, okay. I'm pushing this. I'm being pushed. But I'll have new moon. I'll have some new moon ritual soaks. I'll have some regular soaks, and I'll have some chakra clearing sprays and some chakra clearing roller balls. Okay. I'll have a couple things. Okay. All right. So before we conclude and we say thank you to everyone, to take us off live once we're finished today?
Oh, that's a really good question. I have an end stream right there.
Okay, perfect. That's the one. Oh, yes. Chantel, I'm so glad that the spray arrived for you last year. I was on pins and needles sending it overseas like that.
Just send it.
It was a long way to send it. I'm so glad that it arrived, and so grateful to Cheryl that I was able to share with both of you.
Sharing with Cheryl. Oh my gosh, Cheryl should have a talk show called Sharing with Cheryl.
I love that. That would be awesome.
Yeah. I don't even need any copyright stuff from that. I just want to be happy with you.
It's a gift.
It's a gift. Take it.
Well, there's a show. Take it and go. I don't even remember what it was, but take it and go.
Share with Cheryl.
Take it and go. Oh dear. Well, thank you all so much for joining us on the fly today, for putting up with our disorganizedness. It was so much fun to connect with you. And thank you for connecting with us anonymously, but then making yourself anonymous.
Known?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know that anonymous has a positive anonymousness.
I don't think it does either, but
anyone?
Yeah.
Oh, the English language. Such an adorable thing, isn't it?
So much fun.
Oh, I'm so glad I was born with English language. I can't imagine trying to learn it. It's just so dumb. Anyway, yacht. Okay. All bets are off with yacht.
Indeed.
All right. Are you ready, my friend?
I'm ready.
Bring your hands to Hot Santa. Namaste.
Namaste. We'll see you soon.
Bye. Oh, it's going slow.
Yeah, I think I don't know if we're still on. It says we're live. Everyone can see and hear you.
Well, the little circly thing is going. It says it's going to end the stream anytime. Add outro. Here, I'm going to